palabra a Iban Lizarralde, que tiene varias chapelas. Aquí vendrá como representante de una cooperativa del País Vasco francés, I-ENER, pero en las dos últimas presentaciones ha hablado de modelos de negocio. Y este es un crack en inventarse modelos de negocio. Es uno de los temas a los que te dedicas. Pero ahora vas a hablar de I-ENER, ¿verdad?
Sí, hoy he venido para hablar de I-ENER.
Perfecto, perfecto.
Bueno, pues realmente creo que tengo pocas chapelas y mucho micro y mucha tecnología hoy. Bueno, azteko eskerrak eman, goien herri, gorkoan aukera hau emateagatik, zuen herrian hitz egiteko. The idea is to introduce a small cooperative that we have just created in the Basque French region. For those who don't know very well the geography and the political situation here, we are behind those mountains over there, and it's actually it's the Basque, what we call the northern Basque country. Pasatzeko honekin. Okay, I will not explain the objectives of our cooperative because it are the same objectives that other cooperatives of REScoops. Basically, we are working on production, not on supply. So we are working on generation, renewable energy generation, and our REScoop is, as I told you, the northern Basque region, which is a very small scope. We're talking about more or less 200,000 people living there. We have just started in 2014, so we are working now for 15 months, more or less. But we have already some results, which is fantastic for us. We have more than 200 members in the cooperative. We have already the first installation working. Since 1 month, we have our first employee, yes. And this is our first project, which is in Ustaritze. It's a photovoltaic installation of 9 kilowatts. And the second one is the Arrantzoko Eskola Publikoa, which is the same installation of 9 kilowatts. We have a new plant to go on with this renewable energy projects. So this is the projects that we have already asked the permission to connect to the grid, or the projects that we have an agreement with local town halls. Hegoaldeko lagunentzako Iparraldeko geografia pixkat, Hendaia badakizuen ondagoen, ezta? Bikain, hurrengo proiektu orduan Hendaian. Makea? Badakizuen ondagoen Makea? Makea hor dago. Irulegi? Bai, Irulegiko Arnoa bai, baina Irulegi badakizuen ondagoen? Hor da hurrengo proiektua. Baikorri, ere bai. Aierra? Ez? Hor da Aierra. Eta Gamarte? Bueno, those are the next projects that we have already discussed with the local town halls, and we are now trying to find funding with each village to try to find funding to go on with these projects. The first 2 ones are already funded. Hop. Next to the activity of generation, we have already working. We have other general objectives. The first one is a pedagogical aspect that we have already discussed with other cooperatives also, which we think it's important. So we are working with the schools, with the Castolas, which are the Basque schools, and we are already working also all these topics that we have already been discussing about the grid and the behavioral aspect concerning the electricity consumption. This is a project, this is a H2020 project, Horizon 2020 project, the European project, working with the local university, which is Estia University. And in this project, what we are working is on behavioral aspects linked to the smart grid. So we are not working basically on the technological aspects of the smart grid, but basically what we are doing is installing some metering systems in 200 homes, private homes, And we have developed a game, a gamification process. So it's a kind of video game, which is linked to this metering system. So the members of the family, they are playing, but when they're playing, the consumption of the electricity in their homes is linked to their game. So if they reduce the consumption, they have more possibilities to go further in the game. Okay, this is a small research project, but the goal here is to study the behavioral aspects. And this is what is important. I think we have already talked in other European projects, because we don't really know which are the behavioral aspects that are motivated, how people are motivated to change their energy consumption at home. So basically with this project, it allows us to send some stimuli through the game and with the sensor to know which are the reactions in the energy consumption. So next year, we will have the results of this project and we will present. And as Chris told, I'm working also with new business models. Here, in the frame of this project, we have launched with the local engineering school new business models. We are trying to, in the frame of a PhD, we are trying to identify which are the new business models that could be linked to the cooperatives, to the behavioral change, and renewable energy sources. So if you have any interest to work on also in this business model aspect, I will be glad to answer your questions. Thank you.